But yeah, IG be super sensitive about music. Like I literally can't play certain things or play music because they right away like they take it down. Stick to what? TY? Let me see. Okay, cool. Elene, ¿cómo estás? I always get flagged on IG. That's what I'm saying. Like right now, they turned my live off because of the music. Nice jacket. Hey, you know the vibes. Cars, Lightning McQueen. You know the vibes. Uh, yeah, and see, sorry to IG. I had to turn the music off. IG always be super sensitive about the music. I don't know why they fucking. I can't even have it in the background on IG because they get super sensitive. Uh, like they'll either warn me or they'll just shut the IG live off because of copyright. So hey, IG, my bad. That was not me. IG shut it off on its own because of the music. I had to turn the music off. IG be super sensitive about the copyright stuff. So that's why I had to turn it off. Stephanie, ¿cómo estás? How are you? I am doing great. We're going to get into the questions now. Sorry, IG, it shut off. It was IG shut it off because of the music. I had to turn the music off. They're always super sensitive about, I don't know why. They, like other people play music, but I can't play it like that. Maggie, ¿cómo estás? Welcome. D, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? I'm doing great. We're about to get into these questions. It's about to get crazy up in this bitch. Hopefully you guys are ready because I'm ready. Okay. All right, let's get into the questions. If I miss your guys, Eve, what's up, girl? If I miss your guys' comments or anything like that, I'm not trying to miss them on purpose. I'm trying to stay locked in onto the questions. Cool? All right. Met a 32-year-old, I'm 43, and he wanted to do it first day we met. I'm like, no, is this normal or am I too old now? Now, I mentioned it before. Some guys will try to attempt they'll try to shoot their shot first date, okay? And that just happens, you know? And as long as you said no and he didn't get upset, because I've tried to push my way into the first date and I've gotten shut down and I'm just like, oh shit, my bad, right? If they were just there for that, you probably won't hear from them after that. But, you know, that's just how it is nowadays. Some people try to attempt first couple days, like it happens, right? Like, let's just be honest. I'm sure you guys have gone on a date with somebody and they've tried to, you know, make a move day one, right? As a guy, like I just told you guys, I have been there and I have been rejected and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, sometimes, you know, sometimes the vibe is great and it does happen, you know, like it just depends. Is that Lightning McQueen? You know the vibes, Jose. Lightning McQueen racing jacket. A lot more common than before from my experience. Absolutely. It's way more common now to attempt it, but this is where you shut them down. You don't have to do it first date, right? You don't have to. My hubby tried on the first date and I said no and he respected it. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about right there. Like if you say no, they should respect it. And that's it, right? They shouldn't be like, but why? Mama, but ¿cómo estás? How do I ask questions? So we're towards the middle of the month. I have lives every month, and every month, like November, towards the end, I'll put the anonymous question thing up, and then you guys can ask questions. I'm gonna do some bonus ones around Thanksgiving, just because I know people are gonna be having some time off. So make sure you're following me on IG specifically, because that's where I post the anonymous link. I think if they try on the first date, it's a red flag. I mean, it's yes and no on the red flag if they try. Brenda, ¿cómo estás? If they try on the first date, like I said, if they try and they get upset, yes, a red flag. If they try it and respect it, because I know somebody just said that their husband tried it on the first day and she said no and they respected it. You know, it just comes down to that. Like if they get super upset about it, that's probably all they wanted. Now, if they don't get upset about it and they just respect it, you know, it's not I think that's more of a green flag, saying like, hey, they respected me saying, no, I don't want to do it first date. You know what I mean? So I think it just depends on the person, you know? So that's my thoughts on that. All right, so next question. My kink is to watch lesbian and make myself, or while I record it and I secretly eat but I'm too shy. My fantasy is a 3 with the girl. I mean, Go on with your bad self. You see the things that go on through people's heads. And so if you want to think that maybe you're too freaky, no, you're not too freaky, right? People love, well, most guys like myself love somebody who's a freak, a healthy freak. You know what I mean? Like, I like somebody who wants to try different stuff, do different stuff, not just like, oh, I don't want to do that. Or I'm more of like, let's try it one time and see how it goes. That's me. Let's try it one time and see how it goes. I know there's some people who don't even want to try it like one time. So like her, she's wants to do all sorts of stuff, and she wants to show the whole world, put her on her online account, show everybody, hey, look, my ass is a freak. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do it, then go for it. But just remember, if you do upload it somewhere on the interwebs, it's going to be on there. People are going to screen record it. People are going to screenshot it. So it could eventually come out. For example, I know somebody who found his wife's sister's stuff on this, and let's just say it was a shit show after that, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have an online account, if you think nobody you know is going to see it or find it, they probably will. And then they're going to tell everybody. So, all right, next question. Can a guy that's been single for years that enjoys his freedom ever change his mind and get in a relationship? Now, yeah, they can, right? It comes down to the right person. Most people want to be in a relationship, but maybe they're taking some time off because they've been having like horrible situations. Like, say if they have bad experience, and now they just want to be single for a little while. There's nothing wrong with that. I know for the people that have been following me for a while, remember when I told you, like, after I had a bunch of bad experiences, I decided to take some time off. It ended up being close to like 3 years before I even dated somebody. Yeah, I went on dates before, but actual boyfriend and girlfriend, like, it took me like 3 years, and that's okay to be there, right? Let that person, if they're going through that, let them be there. Don't be like trying to pull them out, because if you try to like force them into a relationship, they're not ready to be in a relationship. They're not in the mind space, like in their head, they're not ready to be in a relationship, and you're forcing them to be in a relationship, right? So if you know somebody's going through that, then let them go through that. But I'm not saying this is what happened, but it could be an easy cop out too, saying like, oh, I'm just doing my thing right now, because it's an easier way to say, no, I'm not interested, because some guys will be like, oh, I'm just not looking for a relationship right now. They probably are, but it might not be with you, right? Maybe you're not their cup of tea, and that's fine, because there's some people who don't want to tell you straight up, because they feel like, oh, maybe it's a little too harsh. Let me just say, I'm not ready to be in a relationship right now, which is another easy no, right? Like, I'm sure you ladies, maybe a guy has been trying to pursue you, and you hit him with like, hey, like, you're a really cool person, we should just be friends, which is an easier way to say, like, I'm not interested, but like, we can be cool if you want, right? Because let's be honest, have you ever hit somebody like, let's be friends, and then you actually were friends afterwards? I mean, I'm sure it's happened, but I've never really seen it, right? Like, oh, hey, let's be friends. I got hit with the let's be friends one time in my life. See, this is why you guys come, because I'm honest. I got hit one time with the let's be friends, and it was in middle school, okay? My ass was really big, shaved head, right? Like, completely out of shape. And like I thought this girl, she was like, pretty cute and everything, right? And I tried shooting my shot, and she hit me with the, hey, we should just be friends. And I'm like, damn it. I already knew what it meant, right? Like, it just sucked to hear. But I think that was a better way than just being like, no, I'm not interested, right? My neighbor was a soldier for 10 years. He doesn't want a relationship nor kids at all. See, I mean, at least he's telling you, right? The setup is nice. Just thought I'd stop by and say that. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you, Didi. Thank you. Mike Jones. What up, Romero? How are you? Who? Mike Jones. Who? Mike. That was a vibe. That was a time. You know, you had to be there. You had to be there. All right, next question. Oh shit, hold on. That I forgot to delete it. Hold on. Oh, my bad. See, I put it right back up. Let me take it down real quick. My husband cheated on me with an ex that he had when he was 18 years old. We've been married for 19 years. He had depression episode in his life, and after that, he started to do drugs and alcohol. He met her and went to her house and had a relationship for 8-9 months until I discovered it. I am sorry to hear that, you know, and it goes to show you that, like, maybe, see, here's the thing. Some people could blame, I don't know if he blamed the drugs for that, but he could just be saying it was the drugs that made him do it, right? Because he had to be, he had to know. There's no way, again, I've never been on any of those like hard drugs, so I can't really help you there. So I don't know how it is, like if you're completely checked out or not, but for the most part, even when you drink, right, you could still, like, you know what you're doing. Right? I know that I'm going over here. I know I'm walking over here. I know if I'm removing a lady's pants and their pants, like I know, like, unless you get like super blacked out. But again, it could be an excuse for him. But if that happened after 19 years, he chose that, he's going through his issues. Some people feel like it's hard. Like, do you stay and help him with the drugs, or do you not? Or do you move on because he chose to cheat on you, right? If it was me, like, again, it's never happened to me. So I'm just saying this is what I think I would do. I would probably leave. Because especially, 8-9 months and not one time he didn't know he was doing, he knew what he was doing. And that's why, like, I would leave. If somebody were to cheat on me, I'm out. I don't care if we spent 19 years together. You're the one that threw away those 19 years. And now you want me to live in that, like, with that in the back of my head. Is this person still cheating? Do they even love me? Do they love somebody else? Are they talking to somebody else? Like, you want me to go through that because you made a stupid decision? Fuck no. That's why I'm out. I would rather go through a heartbreak than to deal with that shit. Like, that shit in your head, right? Like, that gut feeling, like that, where you feel like you're sick to your stomach. I would not want to live like that at all. What up, bro? Ghost, how are you? Don't go through that. How do I get them to break out of that or myself? Friends with benefit, I can't seem to get out of that. I'm always left in the bedroom, never out in public with these. See, girl, remember that. Jessica, remember that. He only calls you to be in the bedroom. He only calls you for that. If you're looking for a serious relationship, you need to stop with this person, first of all, and give yourself some time to find that person. You may not find him right away, but you'll find somebody. Like, you're letting yourself just be the friends with benefits because if he hits you up, you're still there. If you go, like, he gives you maybe a little bit of breadcrumbing and then you go, right? Clearly, I don't know how long you've been with this person, but to me, it seems like he's not interested in a relationship with you, and it looks like you are looking for a relationship. Might as well wait for somebody, you know, the longer you're with this dude, messing around with him, the longer it's going to take you to find the right person. So my BF doesn't think talking to other girls is Sophie, you go and message other guys and tell him the exact same shit. Match his fucking energy, girl. Okay? If he says talking to other girls is not cheating, it is cheating. Because whatever if you go and talk to other guys right now, send them messages, send them likes, comment on their stuff, he's going to be like, you're cheating, right? I've been doing that. Has he caught you doing it? If you keep going towards the people with friends of benefit, you're going to get that. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Sophie, I'm curious. If you said you've been commenting or like doing stuff with guys, like messaging, that type of stuff, it could potentially be emotional cheating. Oh, absolutely. I told him I do what you do. And what did he tell you, Sophie? Now I'm curious. Now I'm invested. Now I need this tea. What did he tell you after you told him that? You told him I do what you do. Because if he's like, fine, to me, that's kind of he's no longer checked in the relationship. Because if he doesn't care that you go and like message other guys, you know. So I'm curious, Sophie, what did he say after you told him that? People want to know. I want to know. Yes, I'm being a chismoso right now. He doesn't care anymore. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. What if he calls her bluff and that's why he is doing it? It could be that. He said he didn't like, oh, he didn't like it. See, okay, he said that he didn't like it, that you do that. Does he continue to do it? Like, that's my next question. Now you're being interviewed, Sophie. You think it's truly okay for men to have female friends? I mean, there's a fine line between friends, right? Because here's the thing, like, you can have friends, but I'm not saying like go and hang out with this person. For example, like, I'm sure you know some people who are guys, right? And when you see them, you'll be like, hey, how's it going? What's up? But you're not actively looking for them. You're not actively like hanging out with them or something like that, right? Because like doing this stuff, I've met a lot of people. Am I actively messaging people? No. Am I actively like, oh, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my friend type of vibes? You know what I mean? Like, so there's like a fine line between that. Like, there's people you know, and if I do have a friend, I don't mind introducing whoever I'm dating to that person. So he said I'm his and nobody else's. Oh, but you're his, but nobody else's. But what he's also saying that he's everybody else's, just not yours. Like, it doesn't make sense, girl. It doesn't make sense. Like, just tell him I'm not picking up what you're putting down, buddy. Yeah. And how do you feel about it, Sophie? How do you feel about it? Because now I just see like one big game being played. Does that make sense? He's doing it. You're doing it. He says he doesn't like it. He said they don't live here, so it doesn't. Oh my! He's just making excuses now, girl. I'm done. I would be done too. I'm not gonna be playing none of that stuff. Why do guys jump from one relationship to another? Because they don't need to be by themselves, or they need to be by themselves. They haven't taken time to heal. Some people, in order to fill that void, you know when you get lonely, especially after a breakup, you feel like you need somebody there. You need this. So they, instead of feeling that loneliness and going through that healing phase, they just jump into another relationship. And girls and guys do it all the time. It's not just guys. Girls do it too. The thing what he needs to do that he hasn't done is taking some time to heal, right? Because that's what he's just going to keep doing. He's going to be with this person, and as soon as it doesn't work out, next person, next person, next person. He took off his engagement ring. See, Sophie? It's your time to be like, all right, be out this bitch. I caught my dude cheating on me today. I'm not shocked. And why are you not shocked, Sophie? Hey, people are getting caught up right now. First of all, nurse Steph, how did you catch him? Hold on, it's going slow a little bit. Let me see if it catches up. All right, yeah, it's going. Nurse, how did you catch him? I haven't cheated. I just talked to my coworker and friends, but too much for him. Yeah, that's your clue to bounce. Absolutely, Lori. Just so you guys know, IG, I am live on both, because sometimes people are like, who are you talking to? I go live on both. So Nurse Steph over on TikTok said that she caught her man cheating today. First of all, how did you catch him cheating? You know, like, did you catch him in the act, or did you just get messages and stuff like that? I feel like catching him in the act would be a lot worse. I don't know about you guys. I feel like that would be a lot worse for me. My friend started talking to a guy with 7 kids, 4 baby mamas. Now, how do I talk her out of it? Honestly, there's nothing you can really do. You can say something, be like, oh, hey, warn them. But the only way they're going to learn is by doing it and then getting hurt or finding out the hard way. Because let's be honest, that's how a lot of people learn, is finding out the hard way. So, yeah. 7 kids and 4 baby mamas. It's a difficult one right there. If she doesn't see the writing on the wall, or maybe he is a great guy, I don't know. But she needs to catch on to the pattern here. All right, let's get into the next question, because I haven't heard anything from. All right. I'm very dominant in bed. My guy friend told me that it's a turnoff for men. Also, that I shouldn't have asked my friends with benefits to take a pill to stay hard. I didn't mean it in a bad way, but according to my friend, a woman shouldn't say that to a man. See, here's the thing. A guy's ego is, I've talked about it many times. You can hurt a guy's ego really easy. Like, you can tell him he didn't perform that well up to his normal standards, and he's gonna feel a type of way. You can, like, it's very easy to hurt a guy's ego. Now, if you tell him, hey, you should take this pill, he's gonna feel a type of way, especially if nobody has ever told him that. He's gonna be like, how dare you tell me that I need to take a pill, right? And so, and you're just there trying to help, right? You're not there like saying like, hey, like, you need this and X, Y, and Z. I'm glad you're being vocal and telling him, hey, you should take this. And you shouldn't be ashamed of telling him or afraid to tell him. If you telling him, hey, you should take a pill to stay hard, and he gets upset and leaves, he was gonna leave eventually. And especially if he was struggling down there, trust me, girl, you were gonna leave eventually. You were gonna have so many issues. You're gonna be like, well, it doesn't even stay hard. We're having issues. I feel like leaving, right? It's only gonna be a matter of time. You're trying to fix the problem now so you don't have to like eventually leave. And he can't see, he didn't see that. He automatically thought you were attacking him. No, I know your friend said, oh, you shouldn't say that to a man. No, absolutely tell him. Because if you don't tell him, who's going to tell him? Like, who's going to tell him if you don't say something? And especially if you like them, you're into this person, be like, hey, maybe you should try this. I mean, maybe it depends on how you said it too. Like, if you were just like, hey, buddy, like, can you not keep it hard? Maybe you should take a pill. That approach is a little different, right? But if you were just like, hey, like I love being intimate with you. Like, I've heard about this pill. It's supposed to make intimacy be a lot more intense, right? Or something like that. I wouldn't say that. I think that is mean. Why hurt him? Again, it depends on how it brought it up. But you need to be vocal about certain things. If you don't tell him hey, you should take this so you can stay harder, who's going to tell him? You know what I mean? Like, you think his boys are going to tell him? No. But the person who is being intimate with him needs to tell him straight up, even if it hurts his feelings. Even if it hurts his feelings. That's how some people learn. Take a pill, bro, is weak. He got mad when I said talk to his dog. See, I'm telling you, it's or he needs to eat it better. Absolutely. Or he needs to eat it better, right? But guys need to be so, like, I get it. I've been there. I'm not acting like I've never been there where my ego has been hurt. Yes, fuck yeah. But you learn that people are trying to help you. They're trying to, like, they want the best for you, so they're gonna be straight up to you, you know? And I actually respect people a lot more who are straight up and tell you straight up, like, hey, you need to do this. Hey, we need to do this. Instead of somebody who doesn't say anything. There's too many people who just like, all right, whatever, like, we'll just see what happens. No, so you did the right thing and you said something. Obviously he's struggling if you told him to take the pill or something like that. And like over here, she told her man to go see a doc and he got upset about it. See, like, people need to be vocal, because I'm pretty sure if he doesn't like something, he's going to be vocal about it, right? So you did nothing wrong. Be vocal, tell them, and if it offends them, that's their problem. All right, next question. I believed in him that he left his wife and he stopped loving her. They've been divorced for a year. He's different lately. I feel that he still loves her. They had no kids. Oh, girl, you better trust that gut feeling. And if you feel like he still loves it, he probably does. He probably does, because a lot of the times, not every time, they end up going back to the exes, right? And if you still catch them talking, oh, we can still be friends. Like, mind you, if they have no kids and they're just talking like, hey, how's your day going? Red flag. You know, because I get it if they have to co-parent because they have kids, whole different scenario, right? And they're only talking about the kids, whole different scenario. But if they're talking, and especially your gut feelings usually tell the truth. And if your gut feeling is telling you, hey, I think he still loves her, it's because he's giving you reasons. He's giving you signs. Like, you're reading the writing on the wall. And so you're like, I think he still loves her. Because you should be feeling like, hey, he loves me, right? It shouldn't be the other way around. You shouldn't be like, I think he loves her. You know, it should be like, oh no, like, yeah, they broke up. Because especially, it depends on how long they've been together too. You don't get over somebody right away, especially if they've been together a long period of time. That's why, again, remember how I say, like, you need to take some time to heal after a relationship, because if you don't, the next person could be a rebound, right? And to me, it's giving rebound. It's giving a rebound. I'm just being honest. He was with her, was with you now, is still thinking about her. He's probably thinking about going back. And what does that make you? It makes you the rebound. Okay. Would you still drop her like that if she had a major health problem but no kids? Is that a red flag? I mean, major health see, and this comes down to like how much you love that person, because there's some people who get sick and they're ride or die, like no matter what, till the wheels fall off. And there's some people who like are just like, I'm not trying to deal with this. I'm trying to live my life. You know, it just depends on like your situation. To me, like say you're with somebody and it comes out like the first few months that they have a major health issue. I'm not trying to be a dick. Maybe some people are going to be like, hey, you sound like a dick, but I'm not trying to get involved in all that. Like, I'm pretty healthy, right? I still want to live my life. I don't want to be like dealing with this. Again, everybody is different. If I've been with somebody longer, then okay, I'm going to ride with you, right? But if it's like early on, call me a dick, call me whatever you want. My ass is probably going to be like, sorry, fam. Like, hey, like, hope you get better. Hopefully you heal. Hopefully you get past whatever it is, you know, but I'm out. So it just depends on the situation too. There's no reason they should be keeping in contact, especially if they don't have kids. Absolutely. About the exes, that's why I have my things. Wow, real. Hey, I'm just being honest. That's why you guys are here. Let's just be honest. And a lot of people think that way too. It's not just me. If I've only been with somebody for a short amount of time and they come out being like something really wrong with them, I'm probably gonna be out. But if I've been with somebody for a long period of time, then I already know I'm here till the wheels fall off, right? I'm not gonna like imagine you get to know somebody new and all of a sudden you find out that they're something really wrong, and then you're just like, do I really want to go through this? Like, your boy's in his prime. Like, I'm only 37 years old. Like, do I really want to spend a few years trying to see if like you get past? You know what I mean? Like, it just depends on the situation. Now, if I've been with you for like a couple years, few years, it's a different scenario now. Now we're gonna be like, no, we've been rocking for the past year, 2 years. You know, like, you know, let's get past this now. Oh my God, my BF stalks my page and then complains to him about my shit and starts to fight. Oh wow, but you're the one who told me to tell him burn what? Oh wow, but you're the one who told me to tell him burn? Burn what? Would you still drop her? Like, I don't understand the burn part. I'd be out to shoot. Again, it depends on the situation. Like, and that's the thing about this, like these topics, there's no right or wrong answer. Like, if you feel like you need to stay with that person, stay with that person. If you feel like you have a lot to do, I mean, you gave me advice to tell him, and now you're the one, like, I'm out. Tell him what? Hold on. I think we're talking about something completely different now. I meant you gave me advice to tell him, and now you're the one, like, I'm out. About what? About a health issue? Oh, if you have a major health issue, oh, absolutely. If you have a major health issue or something like that, you need to bring it up, because imagine, so here's the thing, like if you drop it on him later on, it might be a problem and he might dip out, right? So that needs to be vocalized off the top. Like, would you want to invest your time into somebody and then all of a sudden, like, you tell him about this major health issue and he's like, I'm out, like, I don't want to deal with this. And you're like, I should have told him a long time ago so he wouldn't have wasted my time, right? So, like, that's why I'm saying, like, it all depends on the situation, the scenario. If I had a major health issue, I would be telling it to people, because I wouldn't want you to, like you later on find out, hey, I have this issue, and then you're like, fuck, I didn't sign up for this. You know what I mean? Like, say I was diagnosed with something, right? And I started talking to somebody for some reason. I'm gonna be like, hey, like this is what I'm going through, because it's gonna affect it might affect your like mental health while you're going through it. It could affect your like, maybe one day you're happy, maybe one day you're sad, maybe one day like you go through mood swings, right? That way they understand like I'm gonna be going through this. Like that's why it's being open about that. Now you ask me like, would I stay with somebody that had a major health issue? I probably wouldn't. If it was like, if I was dating somebody in a short amount of time, I probably wouldn't stay. Like, I'm just being honest. Okay. But if I was in the other seat, I would tell somebody right away, you know? Luckily, you know, I don't have very many health issues. You know what I mean? Like recently I found out I had a thyroid issue, you know. I'm not going to be like, that's not to the point where it's like a major health issue. Like I had a thyroid disorder, like it's running slower, you know, I think it's slower where it doesn't burn like food as fat and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be like, hey, by the way, I got a thyroid disorder, because that's not major. That's, hey, medicine, we're good, right? Now, if I had a major issue like, hey, I'm on the list to get a transplant for like a lung, if not, your boy's out, right? Like, now you're gonna be like, fuck, do I want to like see if he survives in 6 months or not? You know, like, but you know what I mean? Like, that's why it's better just to be upfront. And especially like if you are taking like certain medications. So again, that's why I say there's no right answer. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever the scenario is and whatever happens. So that's why I said, like, would I be vocal about a major health issue? Absolutely. I would be like, hey, this is what's going on. Would I stay with somebody? Now, see, now it flips. Like, but would I stay with somebody that had a major health issue? Like, say, I asked a girl out today. We go on a date. She's like, hey, I got this going on. And I'd be like, I'm out. Right? Like, I'm just going to be honest, you know? But if that girl, maybe a year and a half from now, she's like, hey, I have, like, this happened. And I'd be like, all right, well, let's see what we got to do to fix it, right? Like, it's a different scenario. It's a different situation now, right? Like, now I'm invested in with you compared to we've only been on a few dates. So that's why, like, it just depends on the situation. So, but yes, definitely, especially any like major health issues, or if you got like some major STD. Like, I remember I talked to you guys about the one girl where her ex-husband gave her HIV, like the non-transferable HIV. And then when she starts talking to somebody, she tells him up front, because yeah, it's not transferable, but I'm sure it's going to make somebody feel a type of way about it, right? If they tell you, hey, I have this, but it's not transferable, you can talk to my doctors and this like that. Like, the ball is in your court. If you don't want to do anything, I totally understand, you know? And that's like being upfront about it, right? Now, the person that happened to, they were just like, sorry, I don't feel comfortable with that, right? Even though, yeah, you said it's not transferable. And so they moved on from it, right? And it just, like, that's how it is. Like, and there's nothing wrong. But yeah, you definitely got to be upfront about major health issues. Like, major ones. If your thyroid is off, then that, right? I would just say something that's gonna like have you out, meaning like maybe you can't go out and do things. Maybe they gave you like a few years or so. I don't know. Like, it depends. I don't know what major health issue is to somebody, right? But luckily, like I said, I've been pretty healthy, no major issues. Would I date somebody with some major issues besides them being emotionally unstable, aka Latinas? That's the only thing I'll let slide. Other than that, no, I'm just joking. All right, next question. I love this guy and he wants to move in with me. He cares of a lot of his sisters. Parents died. Everyone is old. He owns his own house, but cares for his sisters. Sisters didn't like the fact that he wanted me to move in with him. Why the fam gets involved? That one's a difficult situation because I get it. He wants you to move in, but if the sisters are upset, again, to me, it kind of feels like you moved in too quick, and you should have got to know the sisters a little bit more. Because if you get to know somebody's siblings and then you move in, like they'll be like, oh yeah, she's really cool. She ended up moving in. We like her. Or if it's just like another person that he brought in, because if you're just like the next one, now they're upset probably because like, oh, here we go, another one, you know? So like, has he moved in girls like very fast like that? You know, because now I'm sure the sisters are going to be fed up with it. Be like, here we go again, here, another one. But if you actually get to know the family, right, they're less likely to be that way and get upset that you move in. You know, again, I need more context behind the question, but I'm thinking that's what may have happened, that you moved in a little too soon. So even if that's the case, that's a grown ass man. Why are the sisters in his business? Absolutely true. But you have to remember, like, if it's just the guy, right? Like, say it was, instead of me and my brothers, I have one sister. Say it was me and I had a bunch of sisters, and like I was the only guy they had. Like, I got their back, right? Of course, I don't want them all up in my business either, but like, they got I got their back no matter what. Like, even if like they have to chill with me or whatever, right? And I agree, they shouldn't be all up in his business. Fucking mosquito. But I think that's what happened, is that he's moving her in too soon, or like she hasn't been able to develop a relationship with the siblings. Does that make sense? Like, of course you don't want a stranger moving in. I wouldn't want a stranger moving in. Like, say I was in that situation, I'd be like, who the fuck is this person? Or if it's like another person, I'd be like, here we go again. You know, moving in some other, like, say for example, if I lived with my sister and she was bringing in more like one guy, and then they break up, and then all of a sudden, like a month later, or 2 months later, or a few months, another guy, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck is this dude, right? So again, that's why we need more context behind that question. So I would just say you need to develop a relationship with the siblings too. That way, when you decide to move in, they're cool with you. They're gonna be like, yeah, like she's a really cool person, right? All right, next question. He claims he loves me and he wants a future with me. It's been 2 years and no ring or move in together. I don't want to waste time. I like stable relationship. He claims he has no money for the ring, but he owns his house. I mean, again, he may own his house, but maybe that's where all his money is going to. Like, he has to pay for that, and he really doesn't have enough money for the ring. Again, I don't know him, but 2 years, no ring or moved in. You know, I would have that conversation with him. Like, hey, what are your intentions? Like, do you want, like, I feel like we're in the next step of a relationship. Maybe we should move in together. Maybe we should get our own place or something like that. Like, have that conversation and not just wait for him. You know, because some guys just go with the flow, basically, right? And because since you don't say anything, they really don't make any progress. But if you bring it up and be like, hey, I feel like we should move to the what's the next step in our relationship? Because I'm not here to coast. I'm not here to just see what happens. Because that's a mistake a lot of people do. You know, it's just they wait to see what happens, right? Like, how long are you gonna wait? Because like, what if you wait another year or two and then he decides, hey, I'm not. Like, I really don't want to get married with you, and then he leaves you, right? Maybe you'll find that out sooner than that. Because sometimes you have to push that next step of the relationship. Do I think ladies would want a guy to do it on their own? Absolutely. But let's be honest, it really doesn't happen that way. But she is with him, and he don't have money anyways. I have to say the truth. You have to have a place to live. True, but... hey, thank you, Delfina, for the gift. I appreciate you, girl. I think just having that conversation and pushing the relationship along. And if it ends the relationship, then it ends the relationship. You know, again, you want to get rid of the people that aren't going to be around in your life long term. Like, wouldn't you just want to get, like, if you knew they weren't going to be in your life long term, wouldn't you want to get rid of them? You know, like, I don't want temporary people in my life anymore. Like, that was before. You know, like before friends come and go, relationships come and go, but now I'm in the season of life where I'm looking for solid friendships, solid partner. You know, like that's what I want, right? And if you're not that, skedaddle. You know what I mean? Like skedaddle. I don't need you in my life. And I'll let it be known too, right? Like I'll be like, hey, like what's next here? Or like you should feel like there's progress in the relationship. Like things are moving to the next step, because if you just coast and see what happens, it may not go anywhere. So again, that's why like you have to see where he's at. I just told you where I'm at. Like I want solid friendships and I want solid partner. You know, I'm not here for none of that like temporary come and go. You know, when you meet somebody new and you're like, hey, look, my friend. And then like two weeks later, 2 months later, you don't even talk to this person anymore. Right? Like I ain't around for that. Like I'll say what's up to you, be like, hey, what's up? You know, but I'm not going to be like, yo, that's my dog. I got his back no matter what. Because no, they're just going to be come and go. But she's still with him and he verbalized he doesn't have money. See, and that's another thing too. If they're not financially there, like let's say it is that the financial part, right? If he's telling you he's not financially there, maybe this is your time to leave too, because if he's not making any progress, you know, and you're looking for something like a stable relationship that leads to a marriage and he's not building, like maybe he's coasting in his job or just working paycheck to paycheck and not trying to build something. Because like if you came, like say he's struggling, right? Barely making ends meet, you move in, I guarantee you're going to try to be like, hey, like, what can I do to help out? That way it lightens the load off of you, right? Again, everybody's situation is different. And then he's going to be like, oh, guess what? Now he got some extra money. Now he has extra money because maybe he pays the mortgage and you pay the utilities, right? And now you're just like, oh, now he doesn't have to pay utilities. Now he got a little bit of money left over, you know, maybe enough for that ring payment. So again, that's why like you need to vocalize these things, because it could be that he's using, hey, I don't have any money as an excuse, saying like, I don't want to get married. It could be that too. And see, that's why I'm saying like, there's no right or wrong answers here. Like, cause you know him better than I do. I just know him based off a little question you told me. All right, next question. In a sneaky link situation, my boyfriend 48, male. I'm a 33, female. He married as well. Oh my God. It's honestly the best I've ever had. I think personally he claims he isn't sleeping with his wife. Liar. I found out about, and she found out about us, but is expecting me not to sleep with my husband. How to politely tell me he doesn't owe me. Girl, there's no polite way to tell him. Be like, yo, like what the fuck? You are, first of all, we're both married. We're both married here. You can't tell me what to do. Like, if he's saying that his wife knows, cap. Liar. He's just saying that so you're like, oh, okay, well, we can continue doing this. Why ain't exactly, Vicky, why isn't the wife mad? I'm pretty sure if somebody caught if you caught your man cheating, no, you're blocking her, you're getting rid of her, you're like, I never want to see you message her, or you're getting rid of the dude. You're gonna be like, piss off, call the wife, absolutely. Be like, all right, cool, I just want to make sure it's cool with the old lady. Let me call her. And now he's expecting you not to sleep with, and he said that he's not sleeping with his wife. Cap. Liar. I mean, he may not be, because maybe they're not intimate anymore. Again, I don't know. Or he's just saying that because maybe that's what you want to hear. But he's telling you, hey, I'm not sleeping with her, so that means you can't sleep with your husband. Nah, I'm sorry. That's not how sneaky link things work. Okay. Overall, I think you need to fix the relationship aspect of this. He's cheating. You're cheating. You're having issues, and you guys aren't even in a relationship. He's telling you can't sleep with people, yet you both shouldn't be sleeping with anybody else. Just saying. To me, I feel like in this type of situation, an anonymous link or like information might leak. Because I've known some people who wanted their relationship, like the other person's relationship, to end So they actually anonymously snitched on themselves. Oh, hey, like this got shared. Oh, hey, I thought I saw this person. Oh, you know what I mean? So it might get to that point where he's just like, all right, you're not going to stop sleeping with him. He about to find out about us. Right? Like I'm telling you, some people out here be crazy and be petty as fuck. So I'm just saying, it's only a matter of time before you guys get caught, especially if you guys are having issues being sneaky links. It's so that's what I'm saying, girl. Like, I'm not even in your guys' relationship, and I feel like I already feel the drama. I feel the messiness. I'm just like, yeah, it's a no for me, dog. Yeah, I'll pass on that one. All right, let me get into the next one. Where's it at? Just a question. Maybe you have answered it. I don't do Brazilian down there, but I do keep it neat and smelling great. But does hair affect dudes? Is it a put off? Absolutely not. Right? I think the only time it would be a put off or like a turn off would be like if we're not maintaining the jungle down there, right? Like if it's crazy down there and you pull down you know, it's a problem. Or if you pull it down, right, and say you got like dandruff. Like imagine all these flakes fly in the air, like because the hair came out. Like, would you want to run into that? But if you keep it nice and trimmed up and nice and clean, washed, nice and healthy down there, there's nothing wrong. You know, you don't necessarily need to get a Brazilian because, like, let's be honest, like sometimes Brazilians get a little expensive depending on where you're going, and some people can't really afford that. But as long as you're keeping it nice and trimmed up and clean, that's all that matters. Like, you don't need to have it like spick down there, you know? Like, so do guys get put off by it? Absolutely not. Only it would be the same for a guy. Like if you pulled down a guy's pants, right? And it was bad down there, I'm sure that would be a turnoff. Say it stunk really bad, or it had like flakes in the hair, right? Dandruff in the hair. Or if you pulled it down and all of a sudden, if imagine this. Oh shit, my bad. Imagine this. Where the fuck is the question? Why is the question still on the thing? I deleted it. All right, hold on. Can you guys see the question on the screen? All right, hold on. I thought I deleted this bitch, but it's not letting me remove it. Well, that's weird. I don't know how to take it down, because I already deleted the bitch. Anyways, this was my last question anyways, because I got to get off. But hi, Poppy. Sorry I'm late. Hey, well, thank you for joining in anyways. So what I was going to say, imagine you take off a guy's pants and the hair is longer than the actual thing. Like, you know, how much of a turnoff would that be? So that's what I'm saying. Like, as long as you keep it clean, you know, just like it says right here, do guys get turned off by it? No. And I'm sure you ladies don't get turned off by a little bit of hair down there. It's normal. As long as it's nice and trimmed, hygiene is great. That's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. And same goes the other way around. Where is it? V, like, where is it at? Hello, everyone. Well, I know you late, but we're still here. Not bushy. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm sure you want nice and trimmed up, nice and clean too. Not something like all musty and nasty and gross, right? Or flaky, you know, keep it washed. And fellas, wash that crack too. Don't assume that the water dripping down from the shower is enough to clean. Make sure you get up in there and clean that bitch too, okay? That's all I'm gonna say on that one, because there's some people who think that they ain't gotta clean down there. And that's not how things go, fam. Okay, but like a cat with a hairball, absolutely. You don't want to be spitting out hair. Imagine. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you guys for joining. We're gonna continue answering these questions on Thursday. I still got a lot of questions left. If you guys want to ask questions, make sure you guys are following me on IG. I don't know why this question's stuck on here. I know I need to reset the thing. But it'll come off. But if you guys want to watch the rest of this live that you guys missed, it's going on YouTube tomorrow. And make sure you guys check out today's podcast episode, Red Flags People Say, and things that you should avoid when they say that, and what they actually mean. Link is in the bio if you guys want to check out the podcast, Uncomfortable Convos, just like you see right there. New episodes every Monday, so make sure you guys check it out. It's a perfect podcast to listen to on your way to work or home, your lunch, or anything like that. So, but I'll see you guys on Thursday, 7 p.m. It's currently 8:02 here, so whatever standard time, just tell your man you're gonna be hanging out with your boy, aka El Sanch. Call me El Sanch, not just drop the O, because then they'll be like, well, who's not Sancho, but who's El Sanch? Just be like, it's some guy on TikTok. Like, I'm gonna go rock with him, And then fellas, tell your lady that you're coming to pick up game. That's why you here, So, anyways, I will see you guys on Thursday. About to go hit the gym. Make sure you guys do the same, or clap cheeks, either one. That works too for me. All right, I'll see you guys later.